Hi, this is Shanker, and today I want to talk to you upon death. I got up early, so I thought I'll make this video. Uh, Death in a different perspective. I'm not going to talk about predictive astrology as far as death is concerned. Now, let us understand death. Death, in our scheme of things, is that the soul migrates. Bhagavad Gita says that the soul is indestructible. It's death is just an interval, and we go to the next places of energy where, and again we come back. There's a theory of reincarnation which is there, which all of us know. Death to me also is a cutting off of all your emotional. Sometimes person is cut off all the emotional bonds, and he has sees nothing in his life, and then comes up. That is a form of death. There are untimely death which takes place. So that we all know how death happens and the way death happens. Let me not explain that, but let me go to the astrological perspective, a new perspective about death, which you may find interesting, and do try to think about it and analyze it. So death is governed by eighth house. Death is a mystery, and I call death, it is an event. Definitely it is an event. And death, since it is a mystery, we don't understand. It is something which is deep. It is associated with rightfully by the eighth house. But what people keep on, when we analyze about death and predict about death, the important houses which are taken into considerations are first, second, seventh, and 12th. So why are they so important when we consider death? One is, we can say all these houses are very important, and when death happens, everything concerning these houses ceases. But let us take a different perspective by which I've been trying to analyze horoscopes, and it is for you to analyze it, and analyze it with this perspective, and tell me about it. Now let us understand what is the first house. The first house is the fifth house from the ninth house. So it is, what is the karmas by which, good karmas or the good energy by, we are all, it's this, everything is a play of energy. What kind of energy we are born with? Our destiny is, our destinies are decided in the womb, depending upon what is the level of energy from 0 to 10 we have come up with. So that is what the first house tells us about, and it is the most important house, which actually uh, tells you your end, when the dissipation of the dissipation of all your energies and all your karmas happen. The seventh house, in all our Indian mythology, we have the concept of Parush and Prakriti. Parush is always depicted by Lord Shiva, who is got the strength, the knowledge. It is the life force. Parush is the life force. So first house is the life force. The amount of life force, we are not Shiva, so we are, amount of life force we are born with. Seventh house depicts how we enjoy the world. It's about marriage, it's about profession, it's about facing opposition. So so it is the house by which the Parush, the energy by which we are born, how we use it. So that is depicted by the seventh house. Now when we talk about eighth house, I say, and that is one you should understand, eighth house is the start of the energy, start of a journey. Sorry, please, I'm correcting myself. ये एक नया शुरुआत होती है. Eighth house is the starting of a new journey. And what, how it is connected to the 12th house. The 12th house is again fifth from 8th. So it's only after death, one dies, he goes to an astral field, or he goes to a plane, or he goes to a planet, or he goes to a realm which, where he again does a lot of actions and karmas, I believe, because that is what it is. Because 12th house is the fifth house from 8th, and 8th is the next point, the point after you can call it death, you can, whatever you can call it. It is a beginning of a new mysterious journey. And the fifth house, that is the 12th house, which is the eighth, which is the 12th house, which is fifth from 8th, actually then tells you what is you accumulate in terms of your occult in terms of your positive energies, in terms of the good things when you are in the other world. So that is what 12th house is about. It तुमने क्या उधर भी जाकर आपने with what you meet, how you interact, that is that gives you that is what is the 12th house, which you are born with in terms of the positive life force, which is the positive aspect of the whole thing. कि वहाँ जाकर आपने क्या accumulate करा in terms of the positive संचित karma. It is for it depends from soul to soul. The second house then becomes very relevant while we death. Second house is the house of Maya. Second house is the house of your enjoyment, pleasure, wealth, finance. So it is basically Maya, your desires. And it is the difference between the second and the 12th house which actually depicts your lifespan, which is there, which is going to be there in the world when you are born. So this difference between the second and the 12th house is actually what determines. First house is between the second and the 12th house, and this determines the difference between this determines the positive and the negative, the equation as to how much time you're going to live in this world, what is the energy level by which you are born with, what are the karmas you will do, and how your life will move forward, and what is the period by which you are born with. So it is this interaction of these houses and a play of the houses which governs a very important, a critical aspect when you analyze death. This is a very small 10%, even less than that, of the research which I am doing on death. Then there's the predictive aspect. So I thought today I would give you this small video where I talk and explain you the perspective of death as I understand it. So that is the way which we have to analyze the energy in you, and the way it comes into you. A very important aspect of 12th house, which I've tried to explain, which perhaps people who understand astrology will understand. It's a very important house. It actually वो संचित करता है कि जब आप दूसरे लेवल में हैं तो आपने अपने अंदर क्या positivity cultivate करी. And second house is the desires. The difference between this, is what governs your lifespan and the quality and the quantity of life on this planet Earth. I had the time, so I thought I'll make this small video for you today. I'm sure you'd like it. I want your comments, and thanks. Bye for now. You can write to me. You can like my video. You can post, comment there. You can write to me on the mail. If I have the time, I'll positively reply, though I get thousands of mails every day. I'm unable to reply because of other competing priorities. But anything which is interesting, which you have learned, which you can add, or you want to be critical to me, please do write. Thanks. Bye for now.